Welcome to the brand new Draymond Green Show YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our content. Funny story, right? Really funny story is Joel Embiid tweeting, did the Bucks give them the championship, them being Boston? And the answer to Joel's question is yes, they actually did. Because they traded Jrue away. And I just think even in that trade, you got to find and do all you can to keep Jrue. Because Jrue can guard bigger. So Jrue can play off the ball or on the ball. There's no fit mismatch with Jrue and Dame. And I think I don't think Portland was hell bent on getting Jrue Holiday. Ultimately, I think that's what they got. But I don't think they were hell bent on it being Jrue. And I think there are some other things that Milwaukee could have done to keep Jrue. But yes, they did. Because if you think about it, it's crazy because, Brad Stevens won Executive of the Year and well-deserved. To pull off that Jrue move was huge. He traded Marcus Smart away. And either Brad Stevens got some incredible intel on Jrue Holiday is going to get traded soon and he's going to go to Portland and y'all will be able to send out nothing to Portland to get Jrue Holiday back. And so it's okay to trade Marcus Smart. And the reality is, to me, it felt like Boston just panicked and didn't know what direction they were going to go. And they just panicked and traded Marcus Smart. And then lo and behold, Milwaukee sends Jrue Holiday to Portland, who Jrue Holiday doesn't want to go to Portland. Jrue Holiday also wants to get an extension. Jrue Holiday also wants to play winning basketball and don't want to play the losing basketball in Portland. And because they're rebuilding. And so lo and behold, then Portland sends Jrue to Boston. And bam, they have their point guard in which they did not really have a plan for. I think they was going to have Derek White maybe as the point guard, which Derek White can play the point guard, but Derek White's natural position to me isn't point guard. The team looks a lot different without Jrue. And so then, bam, they here you go, Brad Stevens. And Brad Stevens made the incredible move of bringing Jrue Holiday in there. And I said all of that to say Joel Embiid's question that he knew the answer to is absolutely correct. They did give them the championship. And Boston has done the job of putting it together. Got to give those guys credit. But no, he gave it to him. This episode is brought to you in part by Hyper Ice. As you know, as a 12-year veteran myself, a lot of guys miss out on the recovery that it takes to play in the NBA. It's important that my body can bounce back as I get older. As I've told you all before, I am a super big fan of Hyper Ice, especially the Normatec boots, because I just feel like Superman when I come out of them. And as you all know, or may not know, I'm letting you know, the Normatec Elites are new. They're the best. They ditched all those extra hoses and the control units from the old model so you can get on the go. If you need the Normatec Elites, they are great. This one is fully self-contained with a small set of buttons to select your compression level. Super easy to travel with and to get set up after a hard workout, after a game, or if it's for you who's not an athlete, after a hard day of work, or walking around, or chasing the kids around. Because by the way, as I get older, chasing these kids around, it's tough. And my son calls me old on the daily. So these are for you as well. On top of that, the Normatec Elite packs 4 hours of battery life, which is enough juice to get full leg compression cycles in before games, after games, on the plane, after work, before work, at work. How about that? At work. You saw me podcasting in the Normatec Elites, and I was at work. That is my day job right now as we have lost, and the finals are going on, and we're not playing. So, don't get me started on the tech inside this thing. The Hyper Ice has been pioneering recovery science for years. And the brand new Normatec Elite takes it to another dimension with 7 different compression levels to choose from. As I said before, it's not just for pro athletes, it is for you who whoever is not a pro athlete, which most of you aren't pro athletes, and it is for you. So shop all your warm-up and recovery needs at hyperice.com. Use code Draymond. For those of you who hate the name Draymond because you hate me, but you watch this podcast because you hate me, I got a gift for you. Use the code Draymond on hyperice.com for 15% off your order today. Exclusions may apply. Last podcast I mentioned with me and Loon, we was talking about Jordan Poole's shot. And the reality is, if you remember that game, Boston had went on a crazy run in that quarter, and then Jordan Poole hit the shot, and went up 1 point. And the difference in between being up 1 point, or we went up 1 or 2 points, the difference in between being up 1 or 2 or down 1 or 2 is drastic, because if you're up 1 or 2, you go into the huddle and you like, yo, they just gave us their best shot. Like they spended all that energy. They still down. Like, let's go finish the game now. Like, let's make our run. And so just from a confidence standpoint, from a belief standpoint, you're solid. But if you up 1 or down 1 or 2, and we had already lost like a game that we weren't supposed to lose to Boston in that series, if you're down 1 or 2, then you look up and it's like, like we did all of that and we down 1, like we down 2 going into the next quarter. It does something to you. So Dallas going into the half up 1 allowed Dallas to kind of hold on to the false hope of like, yo, fellas, they made their run. We still got the lead. Let's go. However, if you're Boston and you're going into the second half, you going in and you like, yo, you see that? They just gave their best shot. They just gave their best shot, and look at the score. We down 1. Like, come on, let's go close these boys. And then you come out like Boston and you like go up 20 points. It's kind of the way it goes. They realize that they can't hurt them. And so the series is effectively over. I do think it'll be a sweep, and not because like Dallas will quit. I just think they've shown that Boston don't have enough. And so for all of us out there that kind of thought like Boston was going to trick it off, you were wrong. And most people won't accept that. I also wasn't like, thinking that this would happen. But anyway, happy that Xavier Tillman going to get a ring. Another Spartan dog getting a ring. Happy for my brother JT. He going to get a ring. Would have loved to see some of the guys on Dallas get the ring too. JB playing incredible. Jrue get another one.
We're this close to crowning an NBA champion. I like the Celtics, by the way, in 6. Jaylen Brown's going to be my MVP, and I love the Celtics in Game 1. But sign up, 90 seconds. Put in the code Collins, COLIN. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. If you're a new customer, bet $5. That's it. Just bet $5, and you'll get $150 instantly in bonus bets. The code Collins, COLIN, shows them that you're a new customer to get $150 in bonus bets only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. I'm leaning Celtics in 6, baby.